31 faces multiple misdemeanors and felonies. Authorities say Gutierrez allegedly pointed a gun at another driver in Naperville, then led officers on a high-speed chase across multiple highways before he's finally apprehended. Aurora police have taken 24-year-old Aaron Conley into custody following a shooting that occurred on August 10th. Officers found 2 male victims, a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old, after reports of gunfire. A firearm was recovered at the scene. Authorities say that Conley turned himself in on Monday. Elgin residents are invited to weigh in on a proposed roundabout at the intersection of Highland and Lyle Avenues. City officials are hosting an open house tonight from 4 to 6 at the center of Elgin, located at 100 Symphony Way. Attendees can explore displays and speak with project representatives to provide input.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
If you didn't think skipping breakfast was a big deal, you'd be right. Before. But now, Wendy's has Buck Biscuits. We're talking sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or even the Honey Buddy Chicken Biscuit for just $1 each. Seriously, you can get all 3 if you want. They're just $1, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction. Not valid in the combo while supplies last.
What was that?
That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
Brought to you by Progressive. The Elgin DMV will be offering special Saturday morning walk-in hours from 7:30 a.m. until noon through September 6th, as announced by the Illinois Secretary of State. Residents can complete a range of services, including applying for or renewing a driver's license, getting a state ID or real ID, or renewing your vehicle registration. West Aurora School District 129 is pushing ahead with plans to install a solar panel canopy at its North Aurora Transportation Facility. The district will invest $250,000 as an initial payment to secure federal tax credits with the goal of offsetting electricity costs for its growing fleet of electric buses. Elgin City Councilman Anthony Ortiz has been named to the 2025 class of Edgar Fellows, a statewide initiative focused on fostering collaboration among public policy leaders in Illinois. Ortiz joins 40 others selected through a competitive process for an intensive leadership seminar held at the University of Illinois.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Wait. Skechers put the S in comfort?
Yes, comfort you have to feel to believe. Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Let me try. Okay, I'm just stepping in and... Oh, wow. Skechers put the S in comfort.
Duh. We told you. Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 84. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 62. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 85. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with a low around 64. Looking ahead to Friday, sunny with a high near 89. Currently, it is 83 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I lack a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
Let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big Time Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
Oh my good golly, Miss Molly. I am Derrick Geyer. I am the host of Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. River Media Network Sports. Hey, I got to do my thing. Yes, this is actually Big Top Sports. No, this is not a political talk show. I flipped a coin 2 out of 3. I beat Mr. Dennis Onar Green to come on these airwaves. No, actually, it's a little bit more realistic than that. And since I like to be completely transparent and open and honest, he asked if I wanted to take the 5 o'clock hour. And I said, sure, why not? It's been a minute since I've been on these airwaves. And I got to say, I've missed it. I've missed it. I missed interacting with you out there on the youtube.com/WRMN radio feed. You see my gorgeous face there. Yes, not so much on the radio. I apologize, but eventually I'm sure there's going to be some sort of technology that will actually make that happen. But until then, it is the youtube.com/WRMN radio. And since I've got 3 hours, and I'm going to be spraying to all fields. I'm going to be talking about the Chicago Cubs. Oh my goodness. Are we back to being the lovable losers with the frickin' Chicago Cubs? I'm just so burnt out. And I'm not exactly sure what the younger kids would say these days. Faded? No, I think that's when you had a little too many libations or a little too much smoky smoke. What is it? Crashing out. I might be crashing out. I think that's what I was trying to get at. I think I might be crashing out on the Chicago Cubs. Not crashing out on the Chicago Bears or the Schaumburg Boomers or the Kane County Cougars. Or, well, you're just going to have to wait for the next or on there. But before I get into any other business under the big top, I just want to let you know that America's first Responders Fest will be taking place on Saturday, September 20th in downtown Hampshire from 1 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. The first responder stage tributes the Gilbert Eagles Club, 1047, with and the Classic Car Show. Live bands include Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones, Canyon Arrow Light with Tim and Joe. We will also, the station here, will also be broadcasting live from 1410 WRMN, and we will be doing the YouTube live as well. There will also be food and beverage trucks, kids activities, market style vendors. For more information, go to WRMN1410.com. Click on the top line of the America's First Responders Fest or call 847-741-7700. Hey, and don't forget, if you also want a booth or if you are a business trying to get your products out there to the public at large, go to that number. Call 847-741-7700. If no one's here to pick up, leave a message. Don't forget, to also click that top of the line for the America's First Responders Fest and get in today, because you will also have I was going to say you have the honor. But really, it would be the honor of the WRMN Morning Show, Susie C., Elliot, the L Train Serrano, and or the honor of Triple M, Margarita, Matt McNeil, for you to come on their shows. They will be honored to have you on their shows to talk about what it is you do in the Hampshire, Elgin, and the community in the area. So please, please, please feel free. Look it up. Be a part of the America's First Responders Fest going on Saturday, September 20th in downtown Hampshire. Whew. All right. Now, with that being said, what is going on in the world of sports? After all, it is hump day, which means it is all downhill for you going on into the weekend. But let's see. What happened? Oh, in Major League Baseball, Pete Alonso became the Mets' all-time home run leader. Unfortunately, the Brewers are on an impressive 11-game win. They haven't lost in 11 games. Frickin' Brewers, frickin' firecracker. Oh. Alex Bregman hit a home run in his emotional return to Houston. Hey, Cubs. Hey, you Cubbies. I'm going to let out all of my emotions and everything later on in the show, because I really need to get everything off my chest. I am going to have as a special guest via Zoom tomorrow when I kick off Big Top Sports at the 6 o'clock hour. It is going to be Blake Cowell from Cubs Insider. And The Truth About Chicago Sports, which you could hear every Saturday morning from 10 to noon. And we're going to get into it, and we're going to get into why things have gone down the Smurf road for the Chicago Cubs as of late. But that's tomorrow. It is not today, and I'm going, oh my goodness, I am going to crash so hard on the Chicago Cubs today. Anyway, I digress. Think happy thoughts, In the NBA, well, King James, LeBron James, has exercised his player option with the Lakers, setting him up to play a record 23rd season in the association. The Lakers also secured Luka Doncic with a long-term extension. There's news that the Portland Trail Blazers have a potential new owner, Tom Dundon. Yeah, Tom Dundon. Dundon. So, hey, congratulations on your wealth and parlaying that into a sports franchise. Let's see, what else? In the NFL, the Buffalo Bills signed running back James Cook to a 4-year, $48 million extension, ending his hold-in. Now, why is it a hold-in? Well, because he went to Buffalo Bills training camp. He's been there, not partaking in, team activities, or maybe he has been taking in team activities, but basically he reported to training camp. He reported for the preseason, all that fun stuff, which is why it's called a hold in. If it was called a hold out, then he wouldn't have reported to training camp at all or for the preseason. Let's see. Oh, let's go down to Jerry World. There are still concerns about the Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons' contract talks, which are reportedly at a standstill. I don't know about you, but if I was a GM and I don't know, maybe worked for a certain Chicago Bears organization, I might kick the tires on possibly doing a little tradey trade with the Dallas Cowboys down there in Dallas-Fort Worth. I mean, it's not unheard of. Chicago Bears went ahead and they got Khalil Mack from the Oakland Raiders. I believe it was the Oakland Raiders. Maybe it was the Las Vegas Raiders. But hell, that is a game wrecker, game changer, game motivator, elevator. I mean, it is training camp. And let's see. What else do we have here? Ooh, I know. In soccer, the transfer window remains active with notable rumors swirling around players like Liverpool's reported agreement for defender Giovanni Leone and Real Madrid reportedly eyeing Crystal Palace midfielder Adam Wharton. Man, I read that completely and totally back arse words. Real Madrid reportedly eyeing Crystal Palace midfielder Adam Wharton. So there's that. And I'm kind of very excited to see how this one plays out. Venus Williams, women's tennis legend, great, has received a wild card entry into the U.S. Open at 45 years old. My goodness. If I was still able to play at a professional level at that, well, I wouldn't be here on these airwaves. So I'm sorry, everyone listening right now. But anyway, and then CNN reports that NASCAR driver Connor Zilisch broke his collarbone. Oh my goodness! Broke his collarbone during a victory celebration. I have absolutely no other information other than what CNN is saying in this, little blurb right here. But I mean, is this one of those things where, you show up on ridiculousness and it's because you jumped off the hood of your car and instead of landing on your feet, you landed on your back or your shoulder and you broke your neck and all that fun stuff? Oh, I don't know. Any hootie, that has been your big top sports stories over the last 72 hours. We're going to get into some Schaumburg Boomers. We're going to get into some Kane County Cougars on this upcoming segment. So take two. So stay tuned on Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, here on AM 1410 WRM Tongue-Tied MN.
Get ready for Around the House every Saturday night from 5 to 7 p.m. on WRMN AM 1410. If you're a homeowner or contractor looking to tackle those projects that feel a bit too big, this is the show for you. Join Eric along with his knowledgeable guests as they dive deep into everything from DIY renovations to creating a healthy home environment. We'll provide you with the tools and tips you need to complete your projects with confidence and ease. But it's not all work and no play. We believe in having fun. Our passion for home improvement shines through as we help you save time, money, and reduce the stress of DIY. So whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, don't miss Around the House. Tune in every Saturday night and let's tackle those home projects together.
Fitting in shouldn't be hard, whether in life, on the court, or in the classroom. At Elgin Community College, you could find your place alongside those expanding their horizons, exploring rewarding careers, and achieving their dreams. A place for doers, thinkers, and believers. At ECC, we see you, we believe in you, and you'll fit right in. Learn more at elgin.edu/belong.
I know we're at an at-will state, but for making a comment, like, hey, your hair looks good. And then I got a call from HR saying, hey, you know what, you're under investigation. Do I have any recourse?
Were you fired?
No, not yet.
The problem, Eddie, is they can fire you for any reason they want. They literally can wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm a little bored this morning. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire Eddie for no reason. Yep, he can do that. Yep, that's California. Yep, welcome.
Handle on the Law. If you're injured and need a lawyer, go to handleonthelaw.com.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
We are AFGE, the American Federation of Government Employees. We represent 700,000 federal and D.C. government workers who are the vital threads of the fabric of American life. We support our nation's military. We take care of our nation's veterans. We protect our nation's borders. We respond to our nation's crises and natural disasters. We provide services to our nation's seniors. The American Federation of Government Employees. We work for America.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. I'm your host, Derrick Geyer. And if you're not following along on youtube.com/WRMN radio, why not? We got more shows here than just the WRMN morning show or Out to Lunch or Talk Time with Tammy or the cooking hour, or the handsome cooking hour. I forget how they put it. But, yeah. Or a political talk show. I am on the lighter side of things here for if I were to like qualify things of being on the lighter side of things, you've got the WRMN morning show for sure. Their zany antics and witty repartee is, well, it's actually got me up most mornings and I'm watching them. I'm chiming in. I'm giving Elliot some Smurf. I mean, it's just amazing how much non-sports Elliot likes to talk about. But that's all right. I mean, there are certain niches out there like, I don't know, toe wrestling and armpit calling or something. I don't know. I'm making that last bit up about the armpit calling. But it is a fun watch and listen for sure. They've got guests on periodically. And, man, their banter going back and forth is also pretty hilarious for the most part. Yeah. What's that? Squirrel! Anyway, I have no guest today unless someone drops by the studio. So that means I've got free time and plenty of it to talk with you, the sports listening fan. So feel free to call in at 847-931-1410 or use the text line at 505-926-1410. Don't forget the WRMN app, the TuneIn or smart speaker, or listen live on WRMN1410.com. I see another couple of listeners just popped in on the YouTube feed. So, hey guys, how you doing? Nice to see you. You know, as I'm waving to the camera and mugging for, the sarcasm, it's really what I do best shirt that I practically wear every other day. Call myself out on that. But any hootie, oh my God, I got to stop listening to the WRMN morning show. I start saying things that Susie C does. But one way or the other, that's all right. Did you know that your Kane County Cougars are facing off tonight at 6:30 p.m. And it's also Fan Appreciation Night. Oh my goodness. And that's what I get. That's what I get. They're facing off against the Lake Country Dockhounds. And it is Fan Appreciation Night. Now, what does that mean for Fan Appreciation Night tonight? Well, let me tell you. Fan Appreciation Night is courtesy of Northwestern Medicine. It is also Taco Wednesday with half-price margaritas. I mean, who doesn't love a good Taco Wednesday and a half-price margarita? Reason why they're probably doing it tonight was because they had a day game yesterday. And, yeah. Let's see. What else do they have going on this week? Oh, my good graciousness. Yeah. I have it all lined up. I have it all, ready to go. And then I hit the wrong button, and then all of a sudden it goes, goodbye. So let's see. We've got Fan Appreciation tonight. We've got American Girl Night going on as well. Friday, August 15th. That's presented by American Girl. So you could get one of 9 American Girls. Then Saturday, it is tie-dye night. And Sunday afternoon, the 17th, it is Bluey Day. And I just blew right through that little segment, which means I will come back and I will be talking a little bit more about the Kane County Cougars and how they are currently in 3rd place in their division, hoping to make that playoff push. But you are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410. Wait for it, M.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by Progressive. Elgin City Councilman Anthony Ortiz has been named to the 2025 class of Edgar Fellows, a statewide initiative focused on fostering collaboration among public policy leaders in Illinois. Ortiz joins 40 others selected through a competitive process for an intensive leadership seminar held at the University of Illinois. The Elgin DMV will be offering special Saturday morning walk-in hours from 7:30 a.m. until noon through September 6th, as announced by the Illinois Secretary of State. Residents can complete a range of services, including applying for or renewing a driver's license, getting a state ID or real ID, or renewing your vehicle registration. West Aurora School District 129 is pushing ahead with plans to install a solar panel canopy at its North Aurora transportation facility. The district will invest $250,000 as an initial payment to secure federal tax credits with the goal of offsetting electricity costs for its growing fleet of electric buses. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
Progressive's Teen Driver Discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver Discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-242-3131. 800-242-3131.
This is Larry Jones, and I'd like to talk to you about my bank, American Eagle Bank in South Elgin. Has your bank changed names in the last 10 years? Is your bank another faceless branch with headquarters in another city? Are you tired of earning next to nothing on your savings account or certificates of deposit, or does your personal banker treat you like a stranger? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you're ready for a new banking experience, and American Eagle is the place for you. American Eagle is a locally owned independent bank that's rooted in the community, and American Eagle customers are greeted by name and treated with the respect that they deserve. American Eagle has an innovative program, Eagle Savings, that teaches your children to save while earning prizes and rewards. American Eagle offers great rates on certificates of deposit. My bank is located in South Elgin on Randall Road between the Target and Caputo's and is open Monday through Saturday. Give them a call at 847-742-7400, and a real person will answer the phone. American Eagle Bank, a place where you matter.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 62. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 85. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with a low around 64. Looking ahead to Friday, sunny with a high near 89. And Friday night, mostly clear with a low around 71. Currently, it is 84 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-342-1834. That's 800-342-1834.
Step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar, where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big Top Sports, feel the roar, where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the
That's right. This is Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. I'm your host, Derrick Geyer. And before we went into that bottom of the hour break, I'm talking about some KC Cougars. And very interesting. And as I did mention, the Kane County Cougars are currently third place in their division here. And in the American Association East Division, and they are taking on the Lake Country Dockhounds tonight at 6:30 p.m. Gates open. Well, gates opened 5 minutes ago. So if you want to go take in a Kane County Cougar game, I would highly recommend it. It's a fun atmosphere. You're not paying the exorbitant prices of, I don't know, let's say a North Side team. Everything's fairly reasonable as far as like the concession stands are as well. But yeah, good on the Kane County Cougars for beating the Lake Country Dockhounds yesterday. But it's not over. Oh, it's not over. They got two more. They've got one more tonight, one more tomorrow against the division-leading Lake Country Dockhounds tonight. And, yeah, so they won yesterday, which puts them a half game. The Kane County Cougars are a half game above the Cleburne Railroaders. And as I've been saying for the last couple of weeks, if not months, it is a 4-team race in the East Division. So that means the top 4 teams in that division go to the playoffs. And once we get into the playoffs, once they get into the playoffs, anything but anything is possible. I mean, we saw it last year. KC Cougars, your American Association 2024 champions. You know? And basically right now is they're trying to right the ship. They're trying to get their butts back into the playoffs. And they are trying to make a run at repeating. Now, it's been an up and down season for the Kane County Cougars, no doubt, with a 39-43 record. But, and unfortunately, only winning 3 of 7 in their last 10. But anything is possible once you get into the playoffs. Anything whatsoever is on the table once you get into the playoffs. Let's see, where am I looking here? Todd Lott is still leading the team with a .341 batting average. Marcus Chu, he's down there at .324. I believe that is Trendon Craig. Trendon is batting .319, so respectable averages. As I said, Marcus Chu earlier, or just a brief 20 seconds ago, he is leading the team with 13 homers. Todd Lott is with 9. Josh Allen at 7. And who do we got with 6? That is Robbie Martin Jr. with 6 homers. And then we go to the stakes. We go to the juiciest part of the meal, the ribeyes, or the RBIs, the runs batted in. Todd Lott with 52 leading the team. Marcus Chu, 51. Josh Allen, 41. And Claudio Final at 39. Now that's good. Not exactly. Final looks like he's putting up some pretty good, well, last year he had a pretty good postseason, and I kind of like attached myself with him because he was just absolute gangbusters, that is for sure. last year, batting .348 throughout the playoffs, and he was definitely the spark plug that made the championship possible for the Cougars last year. Very exciting to see him play. A couple of different infield positions at that. This year he's batting .258, scored 31 runs, 68 hits, 20 doubles. He's a gap to gap player, and 4 homers, 39 ribbies, as I previously mentioned. Let's get to the pitching side. I see you, Jeff's Train World. I see you there on the youtube.com/@WRMN radio, feed. And could this possibly be you on the phone line here? Well, let me check it real quick. Hello, caller. You are live on Big Top Sports, WRMN 1410 AM. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff. What's your question?
Did you get the grand prize, right?
Just call me Karnak.
Yeah, exactly. Sports Karnak. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Big Top Sports Karnak. Hey, okay, so the Cougars, are they affiliated in any way with Major League Sports? I mean, these guys that are playing on this team, are they like up-and-coming baseball players that might get into, like the baseball genre, professional-wise? Or, I mean, I don't understand the way when they broke it all up and got rid of a lot of teams. I don't understand how it works. And since Sonar said that you were the baseball guru, so I thought I'd ask that question. And then one other one would be for the Bears, and I'm getting negative vibes for the Bears, and it seems like all the ESPN guys and all the sports guys think the Bears are going nowhere this year because the reaction that Caleb Williams doing or not doing in camp. And I'll get off and listen to your reaction there.
Okay.
So, all right, buddy. Thanks
for calling in, Jeff. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Bye.
Have a good one. Okay, so I'm going to take it in the order in which I received the questions. So Jeff is asking if there is currently an affiliation with the Kane County Cougars and any Major League Baseball team. At one point in time, they were affiliated with several teams, including the Baltimore Orioles, the Florida Marlins, Oakland Athletics, Kansas City Royals, the Cubs, Diamondbacks. And this is all, I was able to pull it up on the Wikipedia machine. So that is where I am getting that information. They are currently not affiliated with any team. They are part of the American Association, and this is basically independent ball. However, and it's also the same deal with the Schaumburg Boomers as well, which I will get into shortly. And so what will happen is if a Major League Baseball team takes a fancy to one of the players on your team or said team, like the Cougars or the Boomers or maybe even the Chicago Dogs, they will buy out the contract and they will place them at one of their affiliates. Now, it's not just, there are so many different affiliates, and it is called affiliate ball or A ball. And when they buy out the contract for, let's say, the players, for one of the players on the Kane County Cougars, he will go to like one of their affiliate sites. Now, with that being said, there's also the single A, there's double A, and then there's triple A, which basically means they're in the pipeline to further their career to make it on a Major League Baseball roster. Now, your second question, Jeff, I have absolutely no idea what the hell they're talking about as far as, ESPN and Caleb Williams and, Caleb Williams being frustrated and all that stuff, because it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. And when I say that is, and I'm not sure what exactly it is that you are talking about as far as them ragging on Justin, oh my God, Caleb Williams. No, that was the other quarterback that everyone was ragging on, Justin Fields. But as far as Caleb Williams, and I think you were alluding to that quick pass drill or whatever going into the net that was maybe 5 or 6 yards in front of Caleb Williams, and he couldn't get it into any of the pockets or something like that. And then him turning around and kind of having some sort of temper tantrum or whatever. And the reason why I say it's like 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, it's because you're busting his balls because he had a negative reaction for going 0 for 4 on a short, pass or whatever, right? So you're busting his balls for that. But then if he didn't have a reaction, you'd be busting his balls for that as well. So you can't have one side or the other. I mean, pick a lane. Pick a frickin' lane. And then they're going to criticize the Chicago Bears for not starting any of or they started 3 of their starters, or I'm sorry, their number 1 depth chart pieces for, this past preseason game against the Dolphins, right? And you're going to bust Ben Johnson's balls for that as well, because you would have only gotten 9 plays, 3 plays, 5 plays, 7 plays, 10 plays. I don't know how many plays you would have actually gotten. I mean, it's just a lot of nitpicky bull smurf at this particular moment in time, because everyone under the sun, Caleb Williams had a bad practice, Caleb Williams had a good practice, and admittedly so, that it seems like he's having a little bit of a harder time during training camps. Now, I'm not there to watch it. I only have 24 hours in a day, like everyone else, to sit on the Twitter machine, to sit on YouTube, and to suss everything out. Because he's had some great plays. He's had some bad plays. But the thing that you got to keep in mind is the full playbook. The full playbook is open right now. They're trying to get an understanding of what Caleb Williams is actually doing and what he is good at. Period. End of paragraph. Because I hearken back to what Ben Johnson said in the very beginning and one of his first press conferences. And I'm paraphrasing here because my memory sucks. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. And then the other thing that sticks out in my head is they're going to do everything to make their players good, to make their players play at the top of their ability. Quite honestly, I think that was more me talking than Ben Johnson, but I'm paraphrasing there. So with that being said, how do you know what Caleb Williams is good at if you don't let him suck? I'm Derrick Geyer. You're listening to Big Top Sports. We'll be back in a few here on WRMN 1410 AM.
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they know life gets busy. That's why they're here 24/7 to keep your car looking spotless, fast, and easy. Their advanced brush-free wash technology delivers a sparkling clean without a single scratch, because they treat your car like it's their own. Here's the best part. Right now, you can get a free car wash just for joining their text club. It's simple. Just text BRITT to 30400, and your first wash is on them. Britain's Touchless Car Wash has 2 convenient locations, 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin and 555 Willow in West Dundee. They're proud to keep your car clean while giving back to our community. Text BRITT to 30400. That's BRITT to 30400. Now for your free car wash. And see why Britain's touchless car wash is the fast, gentle, and reliable choice.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Searching for a financial partner that truly has your best interest at heart? Join KCT Credit Union, where they're more than just a bank. They're a not-for-profit financial cooperative. KCT members are owners, meaning profits go back to you in the form of lower loan rates, higher savings rates, and fewer fees. Experience personalized service that puts you first. Become a part of KCT, where your financial well-being is their top priority. Visit kctcu.org. Each account insured up to $250,000 by member's choice. This institution is not federally insured.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
It's what we were taught, trained, and told to do.
It could be for anything. Helping a friend move.
Listening to a fellow veteran for hours, at any hour of the day.
Or just simply making time for people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time to do for yourself what you would do for others.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Yeah, I understand your concern, Jeff, from Jeff's Train World here on youtube.com/WRMN radio. And, if anyone else wants to jump on the line, feel free to call in and vent. All I ask is that you keep it cleverly clean. But, yeah, that's 847-931-1410 or text in at 505-926-1410. Since I am kind of like on a Bears tangent and I, probably only have about 4 minutes left, I'll continue on this since Jeff brought it up and he was kind enough to call in and give me his opinion on it. So he asked the question, who thinks Caleb Williams is going to be the man? Raise your hand. And then he's got the LOL. Well, for the foreseeable future, I do. I think Caleb Williams is going to be the man until it is proven otherwise. Keep in mind, last year, well, I'm kind of getting into a little bit of my Bears rant now, if you will. I mean, you had Shane Waldron, the inept offensive coordinator that came over from the Seattle Seahawks. You had, Coach Eberflus, Eberflus. Hey, great. His hairstyle was everything, but he couldn't lead anyone out of a paper frickin' bag. It's just the long and short of it. And then when you couple that with Caleb Williams in a new system, or lack of a new system, And the fact that he came out of college the year before that, and he was on, USC, transferred over to USC. So that's what, 4 different play styles, play callers in 4 years. The Chicago Bears and the coaching staff of last year did him absolutely no favors whatsoever. Essentially, this has regressed Caleb Williams back to rookie status, even though he started all 17 games last year. It's just, the way it is. And from everyone chiming in, and I mean from the coaching staff to the veteran players to the players that have been on the Bears for the last couple years, this is a complete and totally new style of coaching that they're undergoing. Well, and let's not forget, aside from the preseason game that they tied this past weekend, 24-24, against the Miami Dolphins, aside from that game, this is the first time that Ben Johnson is actually calling the shots for an NFL team. The buck stops with him. He's the man. And if he wants to sit out all but 3 of his first stringers and then do an 87-play period with them where he's coaching them one-on-one, I believe it was Caleb Williams and the wide receivers, running backs, O-line, to where they were actually, so he was actually coaching them up for 87 plays in under an hour, and feels that it was much more advantageous instead of playing them in a regular, well, not a regular preseason, in a preseason game, then so be it. It's new. It's innovative. Not exactly sure if this is going to work, but word is already coming out of Hallis Hall that all of the roster is going to be playing this Sunday night against the Buffalo Bills. And let's not forget, there's going to be another team practice against the Buffalo Bills, much like last week, where it was a team practice against the Miami Dolphins, taking place again on Friday. So they're going up against a very good team in training camp. Offense versus defense. Let's see who rocks. Let's see who doesn't. So that's kind of my take on it for now. But you are currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. If you're struggling with mental health, you should know that there are resources out there that can help. And it's okay to talk about it if you need to. One place to get started with information is loveyourmindtoday.org. Loveyourmindtoday.org offers a range of guides, instructions, and insights for dealing with difficult situations or getting through a tough time. If you're struggling with mental health, get the help you need, because most people out here really care. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 6 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Progressive. West Aurora School District 129 is pushing ahead with plans to install a solar panel canopy at its North Aurora Transportation Facility. The district will invest $250,000 as an initial payment to secure federal tax credits with the goal of offsetting electricity costs for its growing fleet of electric buses. Elgin City Councilman Anthony Ortiz has been named to the 2025 class of Edgar Fellows, a statewide initiative focused on fostering collaboration among public policy leaders in Illinois. Ortiz joins 40 others selected through a competitive process for an intensive leadership seminar held at the University of Illinois. The Elgin DMV will be offering special Saturday morning walk-in hours from 7:30 a.m. until noon through September 6th, as announced by the Illinois Secretary of State. Residents can complete a range of services, including applying for or renewing a driver's license, getting a state ID or real ID, or renewing your vehicle registration. With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
If you didn't think skipping breakfast was a big deal, you'd be right. Before. But now, Wendy's has Buck Biscuits. We're talking sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or even the Honey Buddy chicken biscuit for just $1 each. Seriously, you can get all three if you want. They're just $1, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction. Not valid in the combo while supplies last.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Progressive. Elgin residents are invited to weigh in on a proposed roundabout at the intersection of Highland and Lyle Avenues. City officials are hosting an open house tonight from 4 to 6 at the center of Elgin, located at 100 Symphony Way. Attendees can explore displays and speak with project representatives to provide input. A Cicero man will remain in custody after a judge granted the state's motion to deny pretrial release. Jose Gutierrez, 31, faces multiple misdemeanors and felonies. Authorities say Gutierrez allegedly pointed a gun at another driver in Naperville, then led officers on a high-speed chase across multiple highways before he's finally apprehended. Aurora police have taken 24-year-old Aaron Conley into custody following a shooting that occurred on August 10th. Officers found 2 male victims, a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old, after reports of gunfire. A firearm was recovered at the scene. Authorities say that Conley turned himself in on Monday. With your 1410 WRMN Newsflash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Wait. Skechers put the S in comfort?
Yes, comfort you have to feel to believe. Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Let me try. Okay, I'm just stepping in and... Oh, wow. Skechers put the S in comfort.
Duh. We told you.
Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 62. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 85. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with a low around 64. Looking ahead to Friday, sunny with a high near 89. And Friday night, mostly clear with a low around 71. Currently, it is 84 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-342-1834. That's 800-342-1834.
Looking for expert care in orthopedic or spine surgery? Prime Healthcare's St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin is proud to offer top programs to our region. With a robust line of treatment options, St. Joseph Hospital specializes in minimally invasive procedures along with an advanced imaging suite to assist with orthopedic and back surgeries. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types and home to highly trained expert healthcare professionals, St. Joseph Hospital is here for your every surgical need.
Want to know what the shepherds did after they visited the Christ child? To read the short novel, The Good Shepherds, a Christmas combat story by Michael Tooman. Available on Amazon in hardcover, paperback, and Kindle editions. Check out Michael Tooman's webpage at Scilink.net. That is PSYLINK.net. Papa Sierra Yankee, Lima India November Kilo, November Echo Tango.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big Time Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM River Media Network. Sports. Yeah, I know it's a little arse backwards, but it is what it is. I mean, I really should be saying Big Top Sport, but, you know, I'll let everyone else take care of that. You know, they got me pretty good with that. I will just say it that way. So we're going to deviate a little bit from the Bears talk because it has been a while since I've been on these airwaves, and oh my goodness, it is the 6 o'clock hour here in downtown Elgin. And taking a little walk, a little gander outside to get my Bears mug. Man, it is actually a very pleasant evening on this hump day. Hump day. Yes, very, very pleasant out there right now. Humidity's broken a little bit, or at least I feel it like that. Feel that way, a certain kind of way. And it's just, it's nice out there. Nice little breeze. Humidity's dipped. Still about, I don't know, like probably in the mid 80s or whatever, but man, that humidity goes away. The rest is gravy. That is for sure. For certain. Which, why don't we talk about the other baseball team in town? Kinda. The Schaumburg Boomers are going to be playing this upcoming couple of days on August 19th. Well, they're on the road right now. They beat the, what is it? Oh my goodness. Here I go again on my own. Going down the lonely road that's never, I'll even mess that up, but that's all right. Let's see. The Boomers are currently 48-31. They are leading the Midwest Conference in the West Division for the Frontier League. They are a game and a half up over the Gateway Grizzlies, 7.5 up over the Mississippi Mud Monsters, and 11 and 17 games up over the Joliet Slammers and Windy City Thunderbolts, respectively. And let me see what the scoreboard is. Come on now. Well, let's see. It is top of the first. They are taking on the Sussex County Miners out east. Yeah. And what else do we got here? So let's see. Yep, they beat the Sussex County Miners 7-3 yesterday for the, let's see, yes. Oh my goodness. Words are good. Okay, so the Schaumburg Boomers set a single-season franchise record for homers while amassing 6 extra base hits to power past the Sussex County Miners 7-3 on Tuesday night in the home opener of a 6-game road trip to New Jersey. Awesome. And let's see, Anthony Calarco, he also homered in said game, belting his 23rd dinger-donger, he go yard, and to draw within 1 RBI of the lead record for RBIs. Let's see, handing the Boomers a 1-0 lead in the process. Christian Fedko smacked the 96th homer of the year by the team in the top of the third to set the record. The homer was Fedko's 7th and made the score 2-0. After the hosts, that would be the Sussex County Miners. Let's see. After the host drew within 2-1, Nick Podcool doubled leading off the 5th and scored when Will Prater dumped a single into left. The Miners again pulled within a run by scoring in the bottom of the inning, but the Boomers broke the game open with a 4-run 6th innings. Banks Tolley and Kyle Fitzgerald logged RBI doubles while Prater added another RBI single in the contest. Buddy Pindle obtained in a trade at the transaction deadline on Monday threw a complete game in his debut, allowing just 2 earned runs without issuing a walk, and he struck out 2. Pindle also recorded 15 ground ball outs and threw a first pitch strike to 21 batters in earning his 7th win of the season. The Boomers finished with 12 hits in the contest and won despite striking out 14 times. Well, there's another baseball team in this city that needs to work on that a little bit. Michael Gold, as good as gold, or maybe it's Gould, notched 3, while Calarco and Prater both finished with a pair. Those would be RBIs. The Boomers are closing in on a 4th playoff appearance in 5 years and will continue the road trip tonight. Right-handed pitcher Christian Lopez, another deadline acquisition, will make his 2025 Schaumburg debut, while Sussex County sends right-handed pitcher Billy Parsons to the mound. Let's see. Yep. So all of that information I got from none other than Tim Calderwood and those awesome articles, those awesome post-game articles that he does at the end of every single game. Also, some other news. I will get to the trade pickup or acquisitions in a minute for the Boomers. But I just wanted to say congratulations to Andrew Soka of the Schaumburg Boomers. Why? Why, you may ask? Well, I'll tell you why. The All-Star that the all-star selection that Andrew Soka was and appeared in the game at third base this year for the Schaumburg Boomers, part of the all-star festivities. He was picked up and his contract was purchased by none other than the St. Louis Sharks Cardinals. And with that being said, he goes from the Boomers to the affiliate of the St. Louis Cardinals. Soka was batting .312 with 17 homers, 65 RBIs over 70 games. He was on track to become a 20-20 player, 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases. And he had 23 stolen bases to go with his 17 homers. Soka also logged 16 doubles and 5 triples in his time with the team. So congratulations to Andrew Soka. And as we know, this is the whole reason why these guys are playing in independent ball with the Schaumburg Boomers, with the Kane County Cougars, with the Chicago Dogs. It is to get to that next level. And for Andrew Soka, getting to get into the St. Louis Cardinals organization, congratulations to you, my friend. A little bit more of Big Top Sports after this break. You're currently listening to WRMN 1410 AM.
Here on WRMN AM 1410, we like to keep you informed and in tune to what's happening here in the Fox River Valley and what's going on here on WRMN. We recognize the importance of local radio to be a part of the conversation and to be a part of the community for the community.
You know, we talked about the importance of community theater, but supporting community radio is a big deal too. And, you know, for WRMN, this is a really cool thing that you guys do every day and a really important thing. You have to have a local media outlet to talk about what's going on in your town. So you guys do a nice job.
Tune in to AM 1410, WRMN. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/WRMN Radio. Keep in tune and informed on what's happening here in the Fox River Valley, right here on WRMN.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-234-0316. 800-234-0316. That's 800-234-0316.
For a little lighthearted lawlessness on Sunday afternoons, listen to Handle on the Law from 4 to 7 p.m. Handle on the Law is a unique combination of useful legal advice and outrageous handle remarks. Whether you're talking about Big Brother, big business, big legal problems, or Big Macs, you'll rarely find Bill without an opinion. His rapid-fire commentary gives listeners the information they crave in the way they crave it. It's Handle on the Law, Sunday afternoons from 4 to 7 p.m. right here on WRMN, AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone in your community, or just taking a deep, calming breath when you need it. Nice. For mental health resources, check out loveyourmindtoday.org. At loveyourmindtoday.org, you'll find information that may help you get through a tough time. Things like tips for dealing with stress, how to navigate difficulties like financial worries, anger, substance use, and more. You can also find real stories of how people navigated their own mental health challenges. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. Visit loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports with yours truly, Derrick Geyer, on WRMN 1410 AM. So let's see, we got the Boomers taking on Sussex in Jersey. We've got the purchase of Soka's contract by the St. Louis Cardinals. And I had previously mentioned that the Schaumburg Boomers have also signed a couple of players ahead of the trade deadline the Frontier League transaction deadline on Monday. So they got a couple of arms. Right-handed pitcher Buddy Pindell was obtained in a trade with the Windy City Thunderbolts to complete a previous trade. Pindell was just selected as the Frontier League Pitcher of the Week for Windy City after working 8 innings and allowing just 1 unearned run to topple Washington last Wednesday. Pindell led the league in ERA in 2024 at a 2.0. That was with the Windy City record, and he was also He worked 121 and 2/3 innings and finished with 95 strikeouts. Pindell is also in the midst of another strong season in his second Frontier League campaign. He is also currently 6-6 with a 3.50 ERA over 16 appearances, including 15 starts. He's gone 92 and 2/3 innings and has 56 strikeouts as well this season. Let's see. The Boomers also added another pitcher from the Thunderbolts, left-handed pitcher Caleb Rydell, in a separate deal. Rydell has been a staple in the back end of Windy City's bullpen this season, recording 8 saves in the team-leading 29 outings. Let's see. He's got a 2-3 record with a 2.59 ERA over 55 and 2/3 innings. And the part that I really like for the Boomers, he's got 71 strikeouts over that 55 and 2/3 innings, which, well, if you're looking to bolster the back end of a bullpen, well, you need a guy that has swing and miss stuff. And that right there, 71 Ks in 55 and 2/3 innings, that is definitely going to get the job done. Let's see. They've also acquired right-handed pitcher Christian Lopez. He has been signed and will begin his 3rd season with the team. Lopez was pitching in the American Association this summer prior to joining the Boomers. He had previously made 21 appearances with Cleburne. Lopez is basically going to be the jack of all trades with a wide range of roles during his time with the Boomers. He is a University of Illinois Chicago product and pitched 35 times in relief back in 2023 and took the mound 29 times last season as well. So they're making the playoff push. Easy for me to say, but that is awesome to see, because right now, as I said, the Boomers are currently in a dogfight and only a game and a half up in their respective. Where is it here? Team standings. There we go. Yeah, like I said, they are a game and a half up over the Gateway Grizzlies, 7.5 over the Mississippi Mud Monsters, and 11 and 17 games up over the Joliet Slammers and Windy City Thunderbolts, respectively. So good on them for making their moves and actually making the playoff push. And let us get back to like some of the things, some of the happenings once the Boomers get back from their East Coast New Jersey road trip here, shall we? Let's see, what have we got? I'll do that. Schedule, promo schedule. There we go. I know what I'm doing here. So Tuesday night, next Tuesday, the 19th of August at 6:30, the Boomers will be taking on the Gateway Grizzlies. It will be $1 hot dog night, thanks to Gordon Food Service. On Wednesday, August 20th at 6:30 p.m., once again against the same Gateway Grizzlies, it is Wednesday Night Baseball presented by the Schaumburg Business Association. And then Thursday, August 21st at 6:30 p.m., once again against the Gateway Grizzlies, it is Boomers Cap Giveaway and Thirsty Thursday. Man, I could use a little libation right about now. Going back to it, Boomers Cap Giveaway and Thirsty Thursday. The first 1,000 fans 21 and older will receive a Boomers Cap thanks to Busch Light. And it is 2-for-1 Busch Light all night long. After that, a brief road trip. And they close out the season, the following week on August 26th. So that's the happenings. A lot of stuff going on with the Boomers. It'll definitely be an interesting environment because up until last year or before I joined WRMN, I only knew of the Schaumburg Boomers. I hadn't been to a game like my co-host from On the Rise, Mike Napolitano, because he lives a hop, skip, and a jump from Wintrust. But it's a great venue. They've always treated me kindly when I've been over there. Interacting with Mr. Tim Calderwood has been a treat as well. Getting somewhat of a pulse of how the team is faring, and not to mention his weekly 8:30 hits on Fridays with the WRMN morning show as well. And it's always interesting because, and I forgot this the last time that I brought it up, I had absolutely no idea that Tim Calderwood is the traveling secretary for the Boomers. So he decides when they're going to be leaving, whether or not they're leaving at the butt crack of dawn or they're going to leave a little bit later in the morning for, to make the road trip happen. And not only that, the trade people or the people that I was just talking about that came over in the trades or signs, that were signed by the Schaumburg Boomers. Well, that was from an article also by Tim Calderwood. So not only does he do the end of game summary, he does whatever Boomer news there is, not to mention the travel stuff. Oh yeah, and he, his main gig of actually calling the play-by-play for the Schaumburg Boomers. That is a man of many hats and many talents. That is for certain. And I would be remiss if I didn't let everyone out there know about the America's First Responders Fest, taking place Saturday, September 20th in downtown Hampshire from 1 to 6:30 p.m. The First Responders stage tributes the Gilbert Eagles Club 1047 with a classic car show. Live bands include Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones, Canyon Arrow Light with Tim and Joe. WRMN 1410 will be live broadcasting the event, and we will also be on YouTube live as well. There will be food and beverage trucks, kids' activities, market-style vendor booths. For more information, go to WRMN1410.com. Click on the top line of the America's First Responders Fest or call 847-741-7700. This is Big Top Sports on WRMN 1410 AM.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Progressive. A Cicero man will remain in custody after a judge granted the state's motion to deny pretrial release. Jose Gutierrez, 31, faces multiple misdemeanors and felonies. Authorities say Gutierrez allegedly pointed a gun at another driver in Naperville, then led officers on a high-speed chase across multiple highways before he's finally apprehended. Aurora police have taken 24-year-old Aaron Conley into custody following a shooting that occurred on August 10th. Officers found two male victims, a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old, after reports of gunfire. A firearm was recovered at the scene. Authorities say that Conley turned himself in on Monday. Elgin residents are invited to weigh in on a proposed roundabout at the intersection of Highland and Lyle Avenues. City officials are hosting an open house tonight from 4 to 6 at the center of Elgin, located at 100 Symphony Way. Attendees can explore displays and speak with project representatives to provide input. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
If you didn't think skipping breakfast was a big deal, you'd be right. Before. But now, Wendy's has Buck Biscuits. We're talking sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or even the Honey Buddy Chicken Biscuit for just $1 each. Seriously, you can get all three if you want. They're just $1, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction. Not valid in a combo while supplies last.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud Phone System. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 62. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 85. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with a low around 64. Looking ahead to Friday, sunny with a high near 89. And Friday night, mostly clear with a low around 71. Currently, it is 82 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland. Football frenzy and hoops so high. Baseball swinging as seasons fly. Hockey blades cutting swift and true. Sports carousel spinning just for you. Big Top Sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer
Why'd you do this for me?
I don't know why I did this for you. I'm doing this for me. Yes, Chicago Bears bear down here on WRMN 1410 AM. And I'm your host for Big Top Sports. Can you guess what we're going to be talking about right now? Oh, I don't know. You know, it might have been too out there, too on the nose, too Bears centric. And if you aren't watching on youtube.com/@WRMN radio, why not? You get to see my lovely face. But better yet, if you want to talk about your Chicago Bears right now, that is what I'm going to be talking about over the course of the next half hour. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe it'll bleed into the 7 o'clock hour as well. So I will remind all of you out there that the studio line is 847-931-1410. The text line is 505-926-1410. And in talking with Jeff and seeing Jeff of Jeff's Train World on the YouTube feed, I recalled that there was an article that came out from Bleacher Report this week. And it was categorizing the top quarterbacks in the NFL, or as some head coaches would call it, the not-for-long league. Completely and totally understandable, because if you can't do the job, and I don't know why I'm talking like this, I think it might just be the seat, because, I mean, Elliot Serrano of the WRMN Morning Show, he goes off on tangents like this, and he talks a little crazy like. You know, so if you can't match, or if you can't last in the NFL, yeah, it's called the not-for-long league. Oh, and yes, Tim Murray, it is a huge, huge jump for Mr. Soka of the Schaumburg Boomers getting picked up by the St. Louis Sucks Cardinals. Yeah, I just can't get that out of my systems. Every time I hear St. Louis, I just got to say suck somewhere in it. But anywho, so according to Bleacher Report, Caleb Williams is or has been placed in the number 3 tier as a legitimate starter out of all of the other players. Or, I'm sorry, out of all of the other quarterbacks in the NFL. I say. Let's see. Several reports suggest he is in the third tier, meaning he's a starter, but likely needs a strong running game or defense to support him. One specific ranking placed him 23rd overall. Come on now. 23rd overall, ahead of players like Bryce Young and Kirk frickin' Cousins of the Atlanta Falcons. Some of the evaluations that have come in include worries about his processing speeds and tendencies to hold on to the ball way too long. I mean, let's make absolutely no mistake about it. 68 sacks last season. Not exactly sure how many of those sacks were on the offensive line and how many sacks were on Caleb Williams and how many sacks were on the fracking firecracking coaching staff for not doing their job. Because, I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The offensive line for the Chicago Bears last season was Swiss cheese. It was a turnstile. It was a revolving door. And not in Gouda ways. So cheesy. So cheesy. But it's a Gouda kind of cheesy. Then you have the pressures and everything. The 55 plus pressures that he was under last season as well. And I went through the numbers last year that if Caleb Williams cut down on like any number of those sacks, because if I'm not mistaken, those 68 sacks equaled to, roughly from 400 to 450 yards of yardage lost, which would have put him pretty damn close to passing for 4,000 yards for the first time in Bears franchise history. And even with that being said, dude, I gotta do this because I need to get it right. I need to actually make sure that I'm getting Caleb's stats right. So last year, I mean, he threw for 62.5% completion rated, or percentage, 62.5% completed. They're not even like looking to jump up that number that high this year. They're looking for a 66%. 3.5% jump? Okay, sure. Which will mean that the yardage will hopefully go up. That he was at 3,541. Dude passed for 20 tutties, and he was picked 6 times. His QB rating was 87.8. Okay, not the best. But considering the woeful offensive line that was quoted by, Mr. Ryan Poles as being his best offensive line that he's seen with the Bears, and as I previously mentioned, the turnstile, the Swiss cheese, not Gouda. Yeah. And an offensive coordinator that couldn't find his hole from the ground. I'll just leave it at that. And then as part of this evaluation, you've got his arm talent and his second reaction ability could potentially put Caleb Williams as being a top 10 quarterback in the league. So you go from the lowest of lows to the potentially highest of highs. And I mean, given the fact that given the fact that Caleb was dealing with an anchor, or anchors, if you will, offensive line, coaching staff. He was ranked 4th amongst 2024 first-round quarterbacks in a poll by NFL executives and coaches. That was from Yahoo Sports. Now let's see. His scrambling ability was off the charts. He scrambled roughly 2.8 times per game, and he netted a total of 21.9 rushing yards per game, which were among the best in the league. That is coming from fantasy analysis right there. It's all dependent on what is happening right now. Some of the things that I talked about some of the things that, might you need a good starting point. What's a good starting point on an offensive line? In an offense, other than an offensive line. Someone that isn't going to be Terry Cloth and that isn't going to be allowing people to get to him and try killing him every chance they get. Okay, check. They got that in the offseason. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it would help if they actually ran the ball a lot. And that was something that Ben Johnson loved doing with the Lions. I think he was ranked somewhere 5th in the league, 6th in the league as far as running the ball. What does that do? That sets up play action pass. Correct me if I'm wrong, but we've got a couple two-tree weapons that know how to run and catch out there. We definitely have the wide receivers. We may have a surprise pick in, a 7th round running back. So check and check. I just believe that these criticisms, while these people know theoretically more than I do, theoretically they know more than I do because they are with the organization. They are there on a daily basis. They know what they're looking at. They know what they're scouting. But given the fact of the detriment that Caleb Williams was facing last year, and I do mean a big, fat detriment, he had a pretty damn good rookie season. We'll see how it goes, because my heart is telling me that the Bears are going to be making the jump into the playoffs. While they won't be winning the division, I do feel that they are going to be making the playoffs. However, then my head, that 10 to 20 pound pile of Smurf that I have up top of my shoulders, that's telling me wait and see. Wait and see. Because I've fallen for that banana in a tailpipe. I've fallen for those initial reports. I've believed in the coaching staff. I've believed in the GMs. And I was stupid, STOOPID. Love you, Grandma. And I fell for the banana in the pail type. Take two. I fell for the banana in the tailpipe. I am sick and tired of falling for the banana in the tailpipe. We'll talk a little bit more about the Chicago Bears on the other side of this break. You're currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Yours truly, Derrick Geyer.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding the unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like two-factor authentication, strong passwords, VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there's lots of places that also have it. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every single second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, a LifeLock specialist is going to help solve the identity theft issues, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% off your first year with a promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Hi there, Tammy Scully here from Talk Time with Tammy and Friends. Join me and my sidekicks, Nancy and Becky, for valuable lifestyle tips and unique views and insights on interesting topics and everyday situations, providing nonstop fun and chuckles for all. Get the scoop on consumer news, deep dive on current events, and learn about the newest economic trends, from exercise and gardening to music, travel, recipes, sports, pets, real estate, media, and everything in between. And it's all sprinkled with a healthy helping of bad dad jokes and interesting fun facts to boot. Tune in Mondays through Thursdays from 2 to 4 p.m. for a little fun, frolic, and infotainment. Join us, won't you?
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Talking a little bit more Chicago Bears before the top of the hour. I don't know. I don't think, and maybe Jeff from Jeff's Chain World will, react differently to what I'm about to say, that I just don't think that with everything that has transpired over the course of last season, we're in the beginning of the 2025 season, but I sincerely think that Caleb Williams will have a pretty good season. And I'm going to correct myself here. I said a 65% completion rate. No. They are looking for a 70% completion rate from Caleb Williams this season. Not only that, but how about it? Oh, man, I can't believe it. The franchise has been in existence for over 100 years, and they've never actually had a quarterback that has thrown over for 4,000 yards. And when Caleb Williams does that, he will be the first in franchise history to do so, which I've said before the break. It is mind-boggling to me that everyone is pushing the panic button right now. I understand that, and I'll lump myself into this as well. I wanted Justin Fields to be here. I wanted the Bears to forego getting Caleb Williams with that first-round draft pick. I wanted a king's ransom because I actually thought Justin Fields had the tools and the capabilities that were capable for the Chicago Bears to take the next level. Okay, that being said, they didn't think so. They are the ones that were the smart ones in the room. Well, you know how that worked out. Eberflus is gone. Eberflus is gone. And Justin Fields is with another organization in New York with the Jets, trying to prove that he could actually play quarterback in the league still. Because let's make no mistake about it. Whether it be, no, I'm just going to say the Bears organization has let down 3 quarterbacks so far, and I am lumping in Caleb Williams in that. So you got Mitch Trubisky, you've got Justin Fields, and now you have Caleb Williams. Let that sink in. Absolutely no good coaching has come of that. Until possibly right now with Ben Johnson. You're currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 7 o'clock.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by Progressive. Aurora police have taken 24-year-old Aaron Conley into custody following a shooting that occurred on August 10th. Officers found two male victims, a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old, after reports of gunfire. A firearm was recovered at the scene. Authorities say that Conley turned himself in on Monday. Elgin residents are invited to weigh in on a proposed roundabout at the intersection of Highland and Lyle Avenues. City officials are hosting an open house tonight from 4 to 6 at the center of Elgin, located at 100 Symphony Way. Attendees can explore displays and speak with project representatives to provide input. A Cicero man will remain in custody after a judge granted the state's motion to deny pretrial release. Jose Gutierrez, 31, faces multiple misdemeanors and felonies. Authorities say Gutierrez allegedly pointed a gun at another driver in Naperville, then led officers on a high-speed chase across multiple highways before he's finally apprehended. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
Progressive's Teen Driver Discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver Discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-242-3131. 800-242-3131.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by Progressive. West Aurora School District 129 is pushing ahead with plans to install a solar panel canopy at its North Aurora transportation facility. The district will invest $250,000 as an initial payment to secure federal tax credits with the goal of offsetting electricity costs for its growing fleet of electric buses. Elgin City Councilman Anthony Ortiz has been named to the 2025 class of Edgar Fellows, a statewide initiative focused on fostering collaboration among public policy leaders in Illinois. Ortiz joins 40 others selected through a competitive process for an intensive leadership seminar held at the University of Illinois. The Elgin DMV will be offering special Saturday morning walk-in hours from 7:30 a.m. until noon through September 6th, as announced by the Illinois Secretary of State. Residents can complete a range of services, including applying for or renewing a driver's license, getting a state ID or real ID, or renewing your vehicle registration. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan.
If you didn't think skipping breakfast was a big deal, you'd be right. Before. But now, Wendy's has Buck Biscuits. We're talking sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit, bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, or even the Honey Buddy Chicken Biscuit for just $1 each. Seriously, you can get all three if you want. They're just $1, so you'll never skip breakfast again. If you're smart. Breakfast for $1? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Limit 5 qualifying items per transaction. Not valid in the combo while supplies last.
What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to handle the busy holiday season, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 62. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 85. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with a low around 64. Looking ahead to Friday, sunny with a high near 89. And Friday night, mostly clear with a low around 71. Currently, it is 82 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
It's easier than you think for pests to threaten your family's health. Ticks, which spread dangerous diseases, hide in tall grasses and even on your pets. Rodents easily invade your home, contaminate food, and can carry more than 35 diseases. Mosquitoes, which breed in standing water, transmit many diseases. Get the facts you need to protect your family at pestworld.org. It's that easy. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Listen this Sunday afternoon to Handle on the Law.
I know we're at an at-will date, but for making a comment, like, hey, your hair looks good. And then I got a call from HR saying, hey, you know what, you're under investigation. Do I have any recourse?
Were you fired?
No, not yet.
The problem, Eddie, is they can fire you for any reason they want. They literally can wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm a little bored this morning. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire Eddie for no reason. Yep, he can do that. Yeah, that's California. Yep, welcome.
It's Handle on the Law this Sunday afternoon from 4 to 7 right here on WRMN.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride. From the Chicagoland to lands afar. With Derrick Geyer, your sports czar. The game's the place from field to rink. Hot debates, fast takes, no time to blink. The Windy City roar, the fans ignite. Your circus of sports under radio light. Big time sports, feel the roar. Where the wild games come to score. Geyer guiding the sports band from the heart of Chicagoland.
And welcome back into Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. I'm your host, Derrick Geyer. Thank you for joining me on this hump day. Hump day. Appreciate it. Oh, and by the way, it is WRMN River Media Network Sports. Yes, indeed. Indeedy do. And if it's, and I'm about to start talking about the Chicago Cubs, indeedy do. Which has been a lot of doo-doo. But something that kind of, puts me in a little bit of a happy place might be this.
Baseball season's underway. Well, you better get ready for a brand new day. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. They're singing, go Cubs, go! Go Cubs, go! Hey, Chicago, what do you say? The Cubs are gonna win today. Go Cubs, go!
I can only hope that the Chicago Cubs are going to win today because let's be completely, totally honest. It has been an absolute struggle to watch this fracking, firecracking team since the All-Star break. It was even a struggle to watch them up until the All-Star break. I don't know what happened to this team. No, seriously. I have absolutely no idea what the hell happened to this team. Their starting pitching is good. Their offensive lineup sucks. Their offensive lineup is good. Their starting pitching sucks. It's a juxtaposition of both. I understand. I understand that they are still in the top of all baseball in several categories and everything. However, you went from leading the division, and we all know where that has taken the road trip to. Might as well be the, AC/DC's Highway to Hell song, which was anything they couldn't have, predicted that I would use that for the Highway to Hell that the Chicago Cubs are currently on. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, by the way, if you want to rant alongside with me about the Chicago Cubs, or join me on the comment line for youtube.com/@WRMN radio, please feel free. I accept all ranters. My only request is that you keep it clean-ish. No swearing. But if you want to jump on these airwaves at 847-931-1410, we could have a phone conversation about it. Or if you want to jump on the text line at 505-926-1410, we could do that as well. But currently, the Milwaukee Brewers sit at 76-44. 76 wins and 44 losses. Which means an hour or so ago, when the Chicago Cubs are taking the field against the Toronto Blue Jays, I'll get into that in a minute. Yesterday's interesting fiasco. The Cubs started play today at 7.5 games in back of the Milwaukee Brewers. 7.5 games in back of the Milwaukee Brewers. How? Oh, well, I mean, apparently the Milwaukee Brewers have turned into frickin' Thanos, and he just snapped his fingers and we're never losing another fracking game again. It's just absolutely amazing. And the guy that is carrying their team used to be on the south side of Chicago with the Chicago White Sox in Andrew Vaughn. And I kind of brought this up yesterday to, I forget who I brought it up to yesterday. It was like, maybe, just maybe, Andrew Vaughn was playing 4-dimensional chess while everyone else was playing tiddlywinks. Here, let me paint you a picture. Let me paint you a hypothetical picture of why I am saying Andrew Vaughn is a genius. Okay, you're with the Chicago White Sox. You are with the Chicago. Sorry, slip of the tongue. I am full on rant mode. You are with the Chicago White Sox. You've endured many of seasons with the Chicago White Sox. You have endured the worst record in all of baseball for all time, which will probably be surpassed by the Colorado Rockies this year. You do not want to be on the Chicago White Sox. So what do? If I'm Andrew Vaughn, I'm calling an audible. I'm not going to try. I'm not going to hit. I'm going to do everything in my power to get my happy ass sent down to the minors and ultimately traded to another team. Lo and behold, who has decided to pick him up? That would be none other than the Milwaukee Brewers. Where in the last 15 games, he has hit 5 homers, driven in 18 runs, taken 5 base on balls, and struck out 11 times. And in those 59 ABs, he is I still can't believe it, and I'm reading it. He is hitting at a .339 clip, a .394 OBP, and he's slugging .310. So that would give him an OPS of over 1,000 in the last 15 games. And for the love of Thanos and all that is holy, he has propelled and he has been the offense for the Milwaukee Brewers. My goodness. And it just doesn't get, and that's not just weird enough. Since joining the team, the Milwaukee Brewers, Andrew Vaughn, when joining the Milwaukee Brewers, the Milwaukee Brewers have had 2 11-game winning streaks in the month of July and in the month of August. And they're currently facing off against the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are one of the worst teams in the National League. Oh, but wait, there's more. And when I say there's more on the other side of this break. You're currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM.
Are you suffering with anxiety, depression, PTSD, an eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem? If it's causing problems at work or with your family, get help now at Insight Mental Health and Wellness. We can help and treat all types of depression and mental issues. We'll help you use your insurance to get away from it all to a beautiful, sunny, and tranquil vacation-like environment so you can recharge yourself. And with a Family Medical Leave Act, you could take the time off you need from work. Plus, with the Affordable Care Act, your treatment could be 100% covered if you're suffering from any kind of anxiety, depression, PTSD, eating disorder, or even a substance abuse problem. Use your insurance and get away from it all. Come to sunny California. Call Insight Mental Health and Wellness now. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. 800-419-0287. That's 800-419-0287.
The weather is getting better, and we know it's the time when ladders and DIYers come out. Before you start any new outdoor projects, ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any type of work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast, right here on WRMN 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Newry with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Whether you're working third shift or you're just a night owl, catch the most listened to overnight talk radio program in North America, Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Ooh, I am so glad I listened to that clip before I played it. Welcome back to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Oh, my Lordy. Oh. I'm your host, Derrick Geyer. WRMN 1410 AM. The clip that I was referring to or tried to pull up was the whole Anthony Rizzo interview with Johnny Manziel and him talking about how impactful it was to go out and get closer Aroldis Chapman for that World Series run. And he said it was huge. He said it was an absolute shot in the arm because they were the best team. They went out and they got the best closer, which means they felt unstoppable, which is kind of the mentality and everything that you have when you've been doing shoe fly, don't bother me, which is kind of the mentality that you have when you are at the top of the league for as long as that, you have been. I'm talking about this year's Chicago Cubs succumbing to the Milwaukee Brewers and now being 7.5 games back of said Brewers, taking on the Toronto Blue Jays tonight. I have absolutely no idea what the score is currently because I'm just in that mind frame where I am totally crashing out on the Chicago Cubs. I am, what is it, Red Alert Captain? If I was on Star Trek, I would be tuning into the dark side. If it was Star Wars, I would be turning heel if I was a wrestler right now. Because this Smurf that has come out over the last week and a half has me absolutely going bonkers. For all intents and purposes, it looked like the Chicago Cubs were all in it to win it. They made the trade. You all know that trade. King Tuck. Someone put out an APB on King Tuck. I'll get to him shortly. Please put out an APB on the rest of the Chicago Cubs offensive lineup because it has been offensive. Oh my goodness. This has a feeling to me of going back to 2023 and that frackin' collapse that they went through. I have absolutely no idea what they are trying to do and what it is that I'm oh my goodness. I mean, they went from like, what was it, a 93%, 94% chance of making the playoffs in 2023 to not making it. And I mean, here we are again. I know that whether or not it's going to be the Mets, the San Diego Padres, Los Angeles Dodgers, and potentially the Chicago Cubs, and I say the Padres and or the Dodgers because they're both tied currently on top of the West in the NL right now. So one of those teams takes the lead in that division. The other one is in the wild card with the Mets and the Cubs. But with that being said, they need to start winning games. And let me go back to like the beginning of the season, you know, what I alluded to a few moments ago. Jed Hoyer, president of the Chicago Cubs baseball operations, was in a contract year, which means after this year, he had absolutely no contract left. So he goes about and he trades some pieces for an all-star, a gold glover, and a potential keystone piece for the Chicago Cubs in Kyle Tucker. Okay, I'm down with that. But there's been the whole aspect of whether or not you're going to be able to sign him to a longer contract. And if I'm not mistaken, Dalton Cooper from Between the Benches, you know, he was like, you know, you should have traded away Kyle Tucker 3 months or so ago. That was last week, you know, when I was talking about that. I didn't buy it at the time because even with the struggles that Kyle Tucker is going through, he's still getting on base. And he was still keeping that, what seemingly appeared to be the whole even keel persona for the Chicago Cubs. Well, that went away yesterday. And I'm glad that the Marquee Network cameras caught it, because there's one of two things. And I don't really give a smurf about, you know, him actually taking batting practice on the field for the first time ever this season. But that is one of the things that he's trying to do to get out of his quote-unquote slump. But it was after a check swing, or maybe it was just an excuse me swing, where he dribbled the ball to the third baseman and you know, runners were on first and second, or maybe it was just first base, and he gets an out, and you could see him going into the dugout, and he whips his helmet. Yes! Finally some emotion. Finally something that shows me that you do actually give a smurf. And that's unfair, because I know that you are not looking to, you know, lay a giant turd. You're not looking to like lay a giant goose egg or whatever. But the season is based on ebbs and flows. There are going to be ebbs and flows. Even the best hitters in the game go through ebbs and flows. And make no mistake about it, Kyle Tucker, King Tuck, is one of the better hitters in baseball. He's just going through that ebb right now. Yet, with the contract extension, and I've been very long-winded in getting there, of Jed Hoyer, it makes me wonder what the hell is going on? You know, because that happened at the trade deadline, a week or so before the trade deadline, when you're going all in. I'll talk more about that on the other side of the break. You're currently listening to Big Top Sports on WRMN 1410 AM a.m.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan. Brought to you by Progressive. Elgin residents are invited to weigh in on a proposed roundabout at the intersection of Highland and Lyle Avenues. City officials are hosting an open house tonight from 4 to 6 at the center of Elgin, located at 100 Symphony Way. Attendees can explore displays and speak with project representatives to provide input. A Cicero man will remain in custody after a judge granted the state's motion to deny pretrial release. Jose Gutierrez, 31, faces multiple misdemeanors and felonies. Authorities say Gutierrez allegedly pointed a gun at another driver in Naperville, then led officers on a high-speed chase across multiple highways before he's finally apprehended. Aurora police have taken 24-year-old Aaron Conley into custody following a shooting that occurred on August 10th. Officers found 2 male victims, a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old, after reports of gunfire. A firearm was recovered at the scene. Authorities say that Conley turned himself in on Monday. With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Kernan.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Wait. Skechers put the S in comfort?
Yes, comfort you have to feel to believe. Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Let me try. Okay, I'm just stepping in and... Oh, wow. Skechers put the S in comfort.
Duh, we told you.
Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council and Kane Senior Council have been dedicated to serving seniors in DuPage and Kane counties. Established in 1975, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council is a volunteer-driven 501c3 non-for-profit organization committed to helping older adults live with dignity. From providing nutritious meals to offering support services, the Kane Senior Council is there every step of the way. With programs designed to enhance independence and quality of life, they're proud to make a difference in the lives of their senior neighbors. To learn more or to volunteer, visit them at 418B Airport Road in Elgin or head to their website at caneseniorcouncil.org. Give them a call at 630-338-0999. That's 630-338-0999. That's the Kane Senior Council, caring for seniors because they deserve to live with dignity and respect. Visit caneseniorcouncil.org or call 630-338-0999 today.
This is Will Walker with your Fox Valley forecast. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 62. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 85. Tomorrow night, mostly clear with a low around 64. Looking ahead to Friday, sunny with a high near 89. Friday night, mostly clear with a low around 71. Currently, it is 80 with clear skies. With your Fox Valley forecast, I'm Will Walker on WRMN, the talk of the town.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, step on inside. It's Big Top Sports, your thrilling ride.
Welcome back to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. That's the power of having this radio show. I could do what I want because it is my show. This is Big Top Sports on 1410 WRMN, River Media Network Sports. And I can't do this. I can't. Jed Hoyer gets the extension before the All-Star break. seemingly all in on the Chicago Cubs season, right? Then puts up an absolute and total goose egg as far as the players that he gets. Make no mistake about it, though, Willie Castro, not a bad super utility guy. Not a bad at all. Kittredge, not bad. Not bad. I mean, he's able to go ahead and put that loss to Milwaukee out of the way, and then, that, or whatever. I don't, that 4-run debacle from one game and then pitches an immaculate inning the next game. So that's a good thing. But at the same time, you needed more. You needed to go out there and I don't know, maybe get an arm from the Chicago White Sox that went down to the Tampa Bay Rays for 2 prospects that weren't even in their top. Oh, this is breaking my head right now. That weren't even in their top 10 prospect list for the Rays? What are we doing? Surely you could have beaten that offer. Then, oh my God, then you get the whole Carter Hawkins talking on a podcast about how you don't want to mortgage the 2025 season for the 2032 season? What in the hell are you talking about? Are we in that stupid freaking movie Idiocracy here? Where it's like if you just have a slightly above average IQ, all of a sudden you're like the smartest person on the planet? No. We didn't want to get rid of, Owen Casey, or we didn't want to get rid of. Oh my God! What in the world are you doing? 2025 mortgage the talent that you have for the 2032 season, which, if my math is correct, that's 6.5 seasons away from now. Okay. You know what that tells me right there is that Hoyer got the extension. He is typically the not go for it, big moves person. Even though the Cubs are in the top, 6 in revenue of all of baseball? They are in the 3rd largest media market. They have some of the highest priced items in Major League Baseball. And I'm saying Wrigley Field. Along with some of the most highest priced tickets in baseball. I think it was like top 1 to 3. I'll look that up. So it's not like you don't have the money to spend. Oh, wait. Unless you are possibly Tom Ricketts going, hey, you know what? I'll extend you I'll give you this extension, and then you tighten up the purse strings for the team. Theoretically speaking, because I can't say without a shadow of a doubt that this actually happened. No, I don't have that knowledge. I just have my experience of, from a Cubs fan, looking out from the great yonder at what is right in front of us. I am an educated sports baseball fan. And this makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, because you're mortgaging the 2025 team for 2032. Mr. Carter Hawkins. So you have, let's go back to 2016 for a second there, when you had Theo, who is the go for it guy, and you had Jed, who was a little bit on the conservative side, a little bit more on the conservative side, for sure, for certain, paired up now with another conservative person in the general manager of Carter Hawkins. Where is the go for it in the window season of 2025? Because there were plenty of players that got traded to other teams in contention that did not pay a king's ransom for their services, even with them being a 2-month rental player. Clearly, I should be a Seattle Mariners fan, because hoo-wee, did they go for it and then some. They realized that they had a kick-ass pitching rotation. What is missing? Oh, we need some lumber in the middle of our lineup. We need some bats to put the ball over the fence. We need some bats to drive runners in. What'd they do? Oh, hello, Cleveland Guardians, Josh Naylor. Oh, hello, third baseman from the Arizona Diamondbacks, Eugenio Suarez. Oh, let's put these two guys in front of and behind the big dumper who was leading all of baseball in home runs and RBIs at the time, giving him some much-needed backup. Backup? Backup? What is this backup that I am speaking about? What is this shot in the arm that Anthony Rizzo was talking about with reliever, the best reliever in all of baseball, Aroldis Chapman, back in 2016? Michael Soroka, who pitched 2 innings and promptly went on to the IL list. 3 relievers yeah, I got nothing on that. And then you're talking about the cold stretch that everyone potentially thought was coming for the Chicago Cubs, because they were juggernauts and they all hit together. They all slumped together. And it's just mind-boggling that you couldn't go for it. these other players were there. The New York Mets solidified their bullpen. And let's be honest, they are ass right now, too. The San Diego Padres. Seems like they're always going for it. You know, they add, they subtract, they add, they subtract, they go for it. And where's it gotten them? Oh, yeah, in a first-place tie with the Los Angeles Dodgers. The LA Dodgers. One of the scariest potential teams in baseball, if their timelines are actually correct, and they're going to be getting their starting pitching back and their relievers back and a couple of their big bats back. I already talked about the Seattle Mariners. This was, and then you're talking about 2032. You're talking about 2032, like we as Cubs fans should accept this bull smurf, because it is complete and total bull smurf. And yet, you're still going to get 40,000 people at what you deem the altar. And I kind of deem it the altar as well, of Wrigleyville or Rickettsville and Wrigley Field. You have essentially pulled the wool over everyone's eyes. And I can't believe I fell for the banana in the tailpipe. You're currently listening to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM.
Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
Kids today live in a world full of social pressure, bullying, and substance abuse. LEAD has a solution. LEAD connects law enforcement agencies with schools to deliver tested, proven, and effective anti-drugs and violence training to kids. Learn more about LEAD, Law Enforcement Against Drugs and Violence, and our work to create safer, healthier communities at leadrugs.org or on social media at We Are LEAD. Sponsored by LEAD, Inc.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
Tune in to Big Top Sports
with Derrick Geyer every weeknight from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
He'll have sports thoughts from the center ring of Chicagoland and to the outer rings from across the nation.
Whether from Chicago Cubs,
White Sox,
Bulls,
Bears,
Blackhawks,
Stars,
Fire,
Boomers, whatever the national story is of the day.
Geyer and his sports czar takes will either have you nodding in agreement,
yelling at the radio,
or in all honesty,
a bit of both.
With the way the Chicagoland sports and sports are in general, there's bound to be
thrills,
chills, and
oh my God moments. So get your snacks and libations ready,
because this is going to be a wild ride.
Big Top Sports with Derrick Geyer's quirky and insightful Fanatics take
will make you feel a little
or a lot better about your Chicagoland sports viewing experiences.
Tune in to Big Top Sports with Derrick Geyer every weeknight from 6 p.m.
to 8 p.m.
Welcome back to Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Okay, I think I've vented. Well, I know I've vented. That is for certain. But this is just absolutely maddening with the Chicago Cubs and what is going on. What's even more maddening right now with the Chicago Cubs is that they are currently in the bottom of the seventh inning. This isn't the maddening part. They are up 2-1 over the Toronto Blue Jays, right? So that is a good thing. The maddening part is they've only got 3 hits, 2 of which were long balls by Michael Busch and Matt Shaw. So, hey, way to go, guys. You know, you guys have seemingly been the only guys that have actually been hitting so far over the course of the last, 2 weeks or so. Nice to see Miguel Amaya back from the IL. That was a much longer stint than anticipated. And Cade Horton was dominant once again, going 5 2/3 innings, striking out 8, walking 2, giving up 1 hit and 1 earned run. I would believe that would be a home run. Let me check that real quick. Nope, that was 1 hit, 1 RBI. The guy that he scored was Andres Jimenez. So awesome. And this is against one of the better pitchers from the Toronto Blue Jays in Kevin Gossman. So he pitched 7 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. The maddening part. The absolute maddening part is that the Milwaukee frickin' Brewers, well, they did it again. They waxed the Pittsburgh Pirates. So when the Chicago Cubs started play today against the Toronto Blue Jays, the Cubs are looking at an 8-game deficit. Which brings me to last night's clunker. I already talked about the fact that Kyle Tucker was tossing his helmet in the dugout after a check swing or an excuse me swing or whatever. Hey, great. Finally, some emotion. We've only been hearing about it from the sideline reporters of the Marquee Network, from the people, or I'm sorry, from Pat Hughes and Ron Coomer off the Cubs broadcast on 670. Been seeing it throughout MLB when that has been going on and over the airwaves and when I've been looking at it. PCA is back to tossing his helmet, tossing his bat, tossing basically anything not nailed down because he's so upset at what is going on. Dansby Swanson, another one that is just absolutely, seemingly lost at bat. That's pretty much been going on like the whole entire season. If you really want to, if we're being honest about it. I mean, he's batting at .253. Okay, 18 homers, 55 RBIs, 112 hits. Had one of the major gaffes in last night's game that came back and bit the Cubs in the ass. You got to catch the ball first, Dansby. And I know you know this because you are a multi-time Gold Glove caliber shortstop. But when things go wrong, oh, Lordy, do things go wrong. Let's see. So then, let's see. That was first, second. Okay. And then we got Seiya Suzuki. Someone, for the love of God, please find Seiya Suzuki's head and his bat. Not necessarily in that order, because he is on one of his current slumps that happens every single season that he has been a Cub. Before the All-Star break, leading the league in home runs and RBIs. After the All-Star break, I don't know where he's been. I couldn't tell you where Seiya's been. And it is absolutely infuriating. Infuriating, to say the least. This is Big Top Sports here on WRMN 1410 AM. Hey, you want to laugh, you want to have a good time, then you should probably tune in to the WRMN morning show at 8 o'clock. Well, you should probably tune in a little bit before that. But it is the segment that has gained all sorts of traction. It is, what will Elliot, the L Train Serrano, put in his mouth other than his foot? Or his leg sometimes. That's a very funny segment. I might just have to drop by the studio in the morning because, he doesn't want to talk about sports in the morning. He just does not want to talk about sports in the morning. Other than what has happened the previous day. I mean, you already know that the Chicago White Sox lost today. 1-0. To the Detroit Tigers. He'll probably cover that. He'll probably talk about a hopeful Cubs win and maybe the Chicago Bears. I'm not really certain. But you need to tune in to the morning show tomorrow, starting at 6 a.m. Well, 6:06, technically speaking. And don't forget to tune in to our other sports shows here on WRMN. On the Rise from 8 to 10 Saturday mornings, followed by The Truth About Chicago Sports from 10 to noon. And then, not this weekend because they're going to be preempted by the Chicago White Sox, but it is Blow the Whistle with Tyler Butterball Buterbaugh and David Double D Dykstra at 5 p.m. I'm your host for Big Top Sports, Derrick Geyer. You've been listening to WRMN 1410 AM.
Kick off your weekend with a little flair. It's Dino's Night Out, every Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. on WRMN 1410 AM. Dino brings you the best of the Fox Valley's entertainment scene. Live music, local artists, street festivals, great eats, and the personalities behind them. If it's happening, Dino's talking about it. And bringing the spotlight is none other than the legendary Arcada Theater, located at 105 East Main Street in St. Charles. Catch dinner, drinks, and a show, all under one historic roof. So whether you're making plans or just love to know what's hot, Make it a date with Dino's Night Out, Fridays, 2 to 4 p.m. on WRMN 1410 AM, or stream it live at WRMN1410.com. Dino's Night Out, powered by the Arcada Theater, where Fox Valley comes to play.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 8.
With your 1410 WRMN News Flash, I'm Sean Credan. Brought to you by Progressive. Elgin City Councilman Anthony Ortiz has been named to the 2025